Azure Gleam. To war. It is the end of 1181. 2 years have passed since the Officers' Academy closed its doors. After ascending the throne, Dmitri labors to bring peace to the Holy Kingdom of Fargus. With Edelgard ruling as the Emperor of Adrestia and Claude leading the Leicester Alliance, the three erstwhile schoolmates strike out as the next generation of leaders. A new era is dawning in Fodlan, and much teeters at the brink of great change. The first tremors of a major upheaval rock the land as Edelgard declares war on the Central Church.
Pardon my lateness, Your Majesty.
You needn't worry, Felix. I know your duties are many. Though, I'm afraid we could not wait for you to begin the discussion.
This is about the Empire's declaration of war against the Central Church, yes?
Indeed. As you're aware, we have already begun accepting refugees from Garreg Mach. But a few days ago, I received a confidential request from Seteth, asking us to protect the higher-ranking members of the Church, including Lady Rhea herself. Of course, we'd only meet this eventuality were Garreg Mach to fall. As it stands, we find ourselves quite literally stuck between the Empire and the Church. I'm not sure how much longer we can remain neutral.
If I might, Your Majesty, troubling as it may be, I believe it prudent for us to reject this proposal from the Church outright. Offering them shelter will only serve to provoke an invasion from the Empire. This matter of the Southern Church concerns me as well, but I believe we have more important matters to be fussing over at the moment.
Your counsel is much appreciated, Viscount Elidor, but I assure you, things are not as cut and dry as you make them out to be. The mandate granted to the King of Fargus and all the lords who serve under him is given legitimacy only by the grace of the Church. Are we to renounce the very heart of this kingdom simply because we shudder at the thought of invasion? War will always come at one point or another, and some degree of suffering is purely inevitable. You know this as well as I, Viscount.
You dare speak of suffering, do you? When the blaze of war will not scorch your lands in the north as it does ours?
I would normally agree that those of us from the Northern Territory should hold less sway in this discussion. But if Garreg Mach were to fall, the war fronts would not halt in the west. Your Majesty, what of House Rowe or Galatea, or the others in the south?
Not a word from Count Rowe as it stands. But I did receive a missive from Count Galatea. It read, "My people are not fools enough to rejoice in the surrender of their territories to invaders. There is no morality in turning our backs on the institution at the very foundation of our lives. We must support the Church as they have supported us."
Your Majesty, we owe a great debt to the Central Church for their role in quelling the uprising 2 years ago. To not repay such generosity in kind would risk weakening the trust of your vassals.
And if that happens, we might find ourselves right back in the same mess as before. They lack the crest of Blathid, but there's no small number of nobles who might crawl out of the woodwork claiming royal blood. The kingdom's already seen the turmoil and division such claimants can bring after the death of King Klaus.
But Duke Fraldarius, surely we are better served attempting to head off the very real and imminent war at hand, instead of debating hypothetical unrest.
I don't want my people to suffer the pain of conflict. But does anyone here really think the Empire will simply stop if we appease their every demand? Suppose we do let the Empire take the Archbishop. And suppose we accept this new Southern Church. Then what?
I imagine the Empire plans to install the Bishop of the Southern Church, Count Varley, in Lady Rhea's place. I fear I've heard nothing good concerning either the man himself or his teachings. They purport to be an arm of the Church of Seros. The Southern Church is nothing more than a mouthpiece for the Empire at large.
In other words, rejecting the Central Church in favor of this new Southern one would be no different from flat-out accepting imperial rule. It's hard to say just how they would treat our kingdom were such events to unfold, though I imagine it would involve heavy taxation for the express purpose of bleeding Fargus dry and filling the imperial coffers.
Do you have something to add, Duke Fraldarius?
Not really, no. I was just wondering how long we were planning to continue this tedious charade. The question's simple. Do we hand over our kingdom and subject ourselves to Imperial rule or not?
I believe the Margrave has been quite clear as to what will happen if we give in to the Empire's demands. We've all been informed of the rapid reformation their region has undergone. Many aspects of which I admire, I'm not ashamed to say. But an old, stubborn land like ours isn't suited for such tempestuous change. Radical new freedoms are not what the people of Fargus need right now. They need stability, steady improvement in their daily lives. And real, lasting change can only come from a solid foundation.
Sounds like your Majesty has made up his mind then. Just say the word and we'll leap into action.
The Holy Kingdom of Fargus will hereby offer asylum to the Church of Seros. Everyone, sharpen your blades and prepare for the battles ahead. Gustav, Dedu, make to ride at once. Our intentions must be made clear, not only to the Church and the Empire, but to Count Rowe as well, and all the other lords who failed to answer my summons.
Understood, Your Majesty.
Hey, did you hear? Sounds like we're gonna be going to war with the Empire.
Yeah, I'm aware.
Ever since His Majesty ascended the throne, we've been fighting battle after battle through every corner of Fargus. But I never thought we'd be going toe-to-toe with the actual Empire. I'd be nervous if it even felt real.
Don't worry. It'll start feeling very real very quick once the sword starts swinging.
You know, that might be the single worst attempt at motivational speaking I've ever heard. Not that I'm much surprised at this point.
I can't help but wonder, though. What happens to Fargus now? I feel like things have been steadily improving lately, but not everyone favors His Majesty as I do.
Yeah, I hear the grumbles too. But there's not a ruler in the world who doesn't have their fair share of critics, right? All I know is we wouldn't be where we are now if not for him. I mean, look at me, saddled with some mysterious power we don't know anything about, and he still chose to put his faith in me. It's only right I return the favor in kind. Oh, and speak of the devil.
Am I interrupting something?
No, of course not. Please, allow me to take my leave. Your Majesty, Commander.
So, you heard all that, huh?
More or less. I apologize for the interruption, but there's an urgent matter at hand.
Anything I can do to help?
There is. As you know, we've offered asylum to the Central Church in their efforts to flee the Empire. As such, we are to escort the Archbishop herself to the royal capital at once. I expect heavy pursuit from the Imperial forces, so I am assembling a team of those I trust most to assist in the mission. Of course, I'll be leading my own regiment into battle. But I was wondering if you'd be willing to accompany me.
What, is that it? I'd be glad to. How are things looking at Garreg Mach while we're on the subject?
Grim. Neither the Knights of Seros nor the monastery ramparts are capable of holding off the Empire's massive military might. I dare say we have precious little time to waste. Prepare to deploy at once.
Let's earn our keep. I'll do what I've got to do. That's it.
I'm with you.
Let's do this! The stronghold's ours.
I face my comrades after this. Wounds are severe. I have to fall back.
On to the next one.
I'm glad we can rely on you. We'll show them how determined we are.
This place place won't be a problem anymore.
Looks like you got one tough fight on your hands.
I don't know how long I can hold out. Help me, please.
Don't mind if I do.
This is just the beginning.
I've always known you possess this power. The power to protect people. To save them.
Luck was on our side today.
We've determined the Archbishop's course, Your Majesty. She makes for the Valley of Torment.
Then she's fleeing north, to Fargus.
There is also, of course, a passage to Daphne territory within the Alliance. But I surmise you are correct. She surely makes for the kingdom.
If Fargus has chosen to side with the Central Church, it stands to reason they'll mobilize their forces to escort the Archbishop. If they do rendezvous with her and manage to retreat to the kingdom, our one chance will be lost.
Yes. We cannot let her slip through our grasp. I will see to it myself that we don't, Your Majesty. I will need a squadron well equipped for pursuit if I am to accomplish this task. One such as the Brigid Hunters. Given our considerable losses during the suppression of Garreg Mach, a smaller unit would be preferable for this undertaking.
Petra's unit. Very well. Take anyone you think could prove useful to your efforts. If we can capture the Archbishop, the tides of this war will turn drastically in our favor.
Agreed, Your Majesty.
As for you, gather the others. We must discuss what to do about the kingdom.
Right away, Your Majesty.
Okay.
Let's earn our keep. I'll do what I've got to do. That's it.
Onward to victory.
Let the battle begin! Move out! Everyone, advance!
Is that all we've got?
Take this! This place won't be a problem anymore.
I'm dragging the others down.
Wounds are severe. I have to fall back.
Knowing when to retreat is a vital strategy.
I'm sorry. We weren't strong enough.
I do hope you'll make this fun.
Time to get going. I've got... Don't mind if I do.
Can't let it end like this. I do hope you'll make this fun for me.
My accomplishments won't mean a thing if I'm not still standing when the battle's over.
Excellent. I see now why His Majesty trusts you so.
Knowing when to retreat is a vital strategy.
I've got this. This place won't be a problem anymore.
You shall pay for this, you hear?
This is not yet the time for celebration.
Out of the way!
Don't mind if I do. The stronghold's ours.
Looks like that's it for us.
We've taken control.
We're done for. The rest is up to you. Out of the way! This place won't be a problem anymore. Here it comes! Take this! You're done!
I'm sorry. We weren't strong enough.
Right on. Here it comes! You're done!
A fine fight. Raise your voices in victory!
Well?
Let's earn our keep.
Time is short. We must rescue them at once.
We can still fight our way out of this. We're in bad shape over here.
I've got... I'll take you all on! I've got... Right on!
I hope it was enough.
No need to fret.
Witness our valiant efforts.
A resounding success.
Enemy down.
I'm glad we can rely on you.
This is not yet the time for celebration.
Here it comes! Take this! You're done!
A taste more bitter than black as coffee.
On to the next one.
I feel like I can do anything with you by my side.
You shall pay for this, you hear?
This will make a fine foothold. A resounding success.
This place won't be a... Don't mind if I do. This is just the beginning.
Excellent. I see now why His Majesty trusts you so.
The stronghold's ours.
A taste more bitter than blackest coffee.
Leave this to me. I'll do what I must.
Taste more bitter than blackest coffee.
It's no use. We can't gain any ground.
I'm going.
I've awaited this moment.
I'm glad we made it in time.
The scouts have returned, Your Majesty. They've located the Archbishop.
Excellent. We'll ride to them at once. For now, everything is going according to plan.
We're ready to ride when you are, Dimitri. Just give the word and we'll move out. Gotta say, it's gonna feel great to fight alongside all these familiar faces again.
You're right. I always feel much stronger when my friends are around.
Our time together at the Academy might have been short, but it still puts my mind at ease to be reunited with everyone.
I could hardly believe His Majesty reached out to me of all people.
And please...
I always knew this day might come. I prepared myself as best I can, but I am still a bundle of nerves.
This'll be a lot different from the fighting that's been going on the past 2 years. We'll need to really have each other's backs out there.
The point of no return is finally upon us, Your Majesty. I trust you've made your peace.
I have. The blood spilled today will be a worthy sacrifice if it means keeping the people of Fargus, the people of our home, safe. If that is our cause, we have no reason to hesitate. Now move out! There you are, Lady Rhea. I am relieved to find you alive and well.
King Dimitri, you have my gratitude for coming to aid us in our time of need.
I fear we have no time for niceties, though. We must make our way out of the valley and return to Kingdom territory.
Nobody told me how sweaty I'd get here. Ugh, gross.
That generally lacks motivation. You may be able to persuade her to join our cause.
I can tell your heart's not in this fight, my lady.
Leave this to me. I'll do what I must.
I'm going.
You are not beholden to the Empire. Why don't you join us instead? You have my word that no harm will come to you.
You've got a point. And I guess you did beat me fair and square. All right, lead away.
Your Majesty, Imperial forces are setting up a blockade at the stronghold ahead.
If they cut us off, we'll be forced toward the volcanic crater.
We cannot allow them to push us down a dangerous path. Let us charge forth and carve our way through.
This ridiculous charade won't stop us.
Hey, we did it! We should be able to move forward safely now.
You have my thanks. The goddess smiles upon your gallant deeds.
You're getting away! Gotta stop them somehow! Leave this to me. I'll show you what I can do.
Good Grace. Seth and Catherine are under attack by Imperial forces.
I won't fail. I've got you now!
So I
find myself cornered. Perhaps I misjudged the situation.
Persistent little guys, aren't you? Cut one down and another two just spring up in their place.
They must not be allowed to fall here.
I'll do it.
Please, King Dimitri, may I ask that you lend them your aid?
If not for you, I would have surely perished. And the Archbishop appears to be unbossing you. You have my gratitude.
Give in!
My turn! Is Lady Rhea safe? Did she get away?
Take a breather.
No. Cyril was covering the rear. You will never make it out.
We made it in time.
I appreciate the assistance. Come, lend me a hand.
I shall not sacrifice his life for the sake of my own. Please,
leave this to me.
Help me.
I'll do what I must.
Time to show how strong you've become.
I'm going.
I've awaited this.
Allow me.
It's a good thing you came along when you did. And Lady Rhea's safe too. Good. Good.
We have to help Sedith and Catherine escape.
Can't we block the lava flow with rocks or something? Not saying it'll be easy, but it might be the best shot we've got.
Lady Rhea will soon be clear of the valley, thanks to you.
I'm so glad. Thank you.
My utmost gratitude for your efforts in rescuing Cyril, and to the goddess for her divine protection.
My turn. I'll show you what I can do.
Do it.
take a breather.
We've done it! Hold fast, everyone! Our escape is only a short ways off!
You will not be passing here. I will be capturing the Archbishop.
An ambush. We have no choice but to fight our way through.
That's the Princess of Bridget. After everything she's been through, she might be willing to join us. Assuming we can take her alive.
Anyone standing in my way will be eliminated with quickness.
This is no place for royalty to die. Not here. Not like this.
Yes. I am choosing life. I will be going with you peacefully.
My apologies for the trouble. I do not wish to consider what would have happened had you not come along. My wounds are deeper than I had initially thought. I can do little but remain here and pray the Archbishop arrives safely.
I can scarcely believe we arrived here whole and sound. You have my deepest gratitude.
Thanks for the help. I never would have made it out of there without you.
If I cannot have the Archbishop, your heads will have to suffice.
We have to defeat him, Your Majesty.
I'm aware. Let us do so at once, and make with our retreat.
Fine. You may have your victory today. How will I face Her Majesty after this?
Lady Rhea, Sedith, I'm relieved you both made it out unharmed. It appears we arrived just in time.
You have our utmost thanks for aiding in our retreat, Your Majesty. I can only apologize for the trouble we may have caused your outfit.
King Dimitri, I cannot express just how grateful I am to you and all the fine people of Fargus.
The honor is mine. Your order provided me with immeasurable aid during my ascension to the throne. My citizens would have branded me a heathen had I not returned the favor.
And now it seems we are the ones who owe a debt. The Church shall provide whatever assistance it can to your efforts.
If you see it prudent, I have no objection to placing the Knights of our Order under Kingdom command.
Thank you both. While it pains me to qualify our hospitality, this kingdom is not a wealthy one, neither in goods nor provisions. I fear we may struggle to compensate your soldiers, or even to feed them.
You needn't trouble yourself with such concerns. Your generous offer of shelter will be more than enough.
Very well. We've lingered here long enough. Let us make for Ferdiad. There's much to discuss. The Church, the Kingdom, and the battles to come.
"2 years ago, I never would have imagined we'd be fighting a war like this.
I'm with you there, but now that we are, you found yourself in a rather favorable situation, no?
How do you mean?
When a war breaks out, every mercenary in the land starts crawling out of the woodwork. And those associates you happen to be working with should be tough enough to take on you-know-who.
Geralt's mercenaries. Yeah, good point.
And then you can give them their just desserts or die trying.
Could have done without that last part, thanks.
Relax, relax. You know I'm on your side. Our destinies are forever intertwined.
In that case, let's assume Cornelia has hidden herself somewhere in the Western Territories.
If I had to guess, I'd say either Viscount Mateus or Viscount Gideon have taken her in. All the same, we can't exactly go around unseating every vassal we suspect of being disloyal.
Right. This is no simple matter, but at least we have a firmer grasp on the situation now than we did 2 years ago. To do, send word to House Perderi. We'll need soldiers on their land if we hope to keep the enemy at bay.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Viscount Mateus' son is here with us, while Viscount Gideon's daughter is off serving as a knight in Galatia. Under the present circumstances, we only have so many soldiers to spare on domestic matters. It seems we'll have to resort to any means necessary, in which case, I will bear the weight of the kingdom's sins.
As you wish, Your Majesty. And if I may, try not to torment yourself so much.
Ah, how far our proud king has fallen. You sounded utterly vicious just now.
What do you want, Felix?
Oh, not much. I just thought catching a glimpse of your haggard face might put a smile on mine. I knew that playing the part of a cool-headed leader would be too much for you. But all this scheming, this calculation, doesn't suit you. Why don't you just give it a rest already?
You think too highly of me. This is who I am, Felix. I've never been anything more than a bloody demon on the path of revenge. I stand here today to lift the burdens of all who perished before me. To see that those who bear guilt for their deaths are held accountable. I will expose whoever I must. Slay whoever I must to see my task through to the end. There is no place for mercy within these walls. And if it affects the safety of my people, then that's all the more reason to strike now.
And here I thought you were finally starting to pull yourself together.
I snuffed out my uncle's life with my own 2 hands. As king and as general, I've killed countless more. I looked on as nearly everyone I held dear perished. I am the one who must take responsibility for their deaths. So rest easy, Felix. The weight of my atonement will not fall on your shoulders.
No point in trying to reason with a boar. Enough of that, though. The city seems especially spirited today. Is something going on?
Ah, yes. Lady Rhea and the others from the church are making an excursion to the capital. I suggest you join in on the festivities before you go.
Everyone here? Well, let's get right into it. We have to figure out exactly where we stand in this war. As you all know, the Empire has taken the Great Bridge of Myrden. The Imperial Army now occupies what was formerly House Phlegathon territory.
Doubtless an agonizing decision on my father's part.
House Ordelia, to the east of the bridge, has also vowed not to take up arms against the Empire.
We had precious little in the way of arms in the first place. You have my deepest apologies.
You don't have to apologize, Lysithea. Count Ordelia did what anyone would have done.
And now Lawrence and Lysithea can't even go back home!
That's not all. After the battle, the Imperial Army crossed Gloucester territory and attacked Garreg Mach. Rhea and the rest of the Central Church have apparently fled to the Kingdom for sanctuary.
Then I suppose none of us will be able to visit our old school anytime soon.
I hope no one from the church was hurt.
Now that the monastery has fallen, the front lines are rapidly expanding north. It won't be long before Deirdre is within their reach, and if our capital falls, the Alliance goes with it. We have to stop them there, no matter the cost.
That all sounds well and good, but how large of an army will you even be able to raise at this point?
I don't think House Edmund will be able to send more troops. I'm sorry.
Which means House Goneril is the last of the 5 great lords upon whom we can rely.
I'm not so sure the combined forces of Houses Regan and Goneril will be enough to hold off the whole Empire.
We'll just have to work with what we've got. And let's not forget the hero of Daphnel.
But we can't expect much from her in terms of sheer numbers. Any chance the Kingdom could send troops?
I doubt they'll have any to spare. They've just started engaging the Empire themselves over in the west of Fargus. And besides, I'm not sure how much we can really trust them. I still have no idea what's going on in Dimitri's head. I might just have a plan, though. For now, all I can ask is that you fight, and fight with every last thing you've got.
You can always count on me. And my muscles.
Thanks, Raphael. That unfounded confidence of yours is like music to my ears.
We received a message from Hubert, Your Majesty. They failed to capture Archbishop Rhea. It seems she and her followers have been taken in by the Kingdom Army. They likely make for Ferdiad as we speak.
So it goes. If Hubert himself couldn't succeed in the task, there's little chance anyone else could.
There is more as well. Petra was taken by the enemy. She is apparently still alive, for better or for worse. I fear the Kingdom may try to use her to make an ally of Bridget.
Yes, it's likely she won't be coming back. And our stance towards Bridget will require some reconsideration.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Now then, we mustn't dwell on what's done. Our only choice is to look to the future. It seems an all-out war with the Kingdom is nigh unavoidable at this point. Thankfully, I expect Count Rowe to join our cause. Having a hold on Aryan Road will surely prove advantageous as the war creeps on. So we stick to the plan. Through Count Rowe, we should be able to ingratiate ourselves to the other lords of the Western Kingdom.
Urgent report, Your Majesty. An army has been mustered at Castle Gaspar in Rowe territory. Lenato, the local lord, has vowed to find and eliminate Archbishop Rhea. He's mobilizing the army northward. Count Rowe's tacit approval of these actions has surely brought his allegiance to the Empire to light.
I can only assume this wasn't part of the plan.
It's just one thing after another. Dispatch any nearby units to the area at once. Any lords willing to sever ties with the Kingdom are too valuable for us to risk losing.